iOS and Android.
Now at 5, sextortion cases involving kids are on the rise in southwest Missouri. For parents, vigilance is crucial. Plus, the Miami Library's visitor numbers are off the pages.
President Trump orders his attorney general to release more records related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. I'm Erica Brown with the mounting pressure for full disclosure.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin authorities alert parents to a growing online threat facing teens this summer. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach. If your child has a cell phone or any kind of access to social media, it might be time for a serious conversation. The JPD is raising red flags after seeing a troubling rise in sextortion cases involving minors across southwest Missouri. Officials say these cases began to spike around the start of summer break. While law enforcement is staying tight-lipped on the specific steps they're taking, they are sending a clear message to parents and guardians. Keep a close watch on what your kids are seeing and who they're talking to.
Type application, whether it be Snapchat or any of those, Facebook, Messenger, Facebook, those, and they're having people contact them and talk with them, and then they kind of befriend them a little bit, and then they ask to exchange these illicit pictures with the children.
Detective Roller says if you become a victim, never give suspects their demands and contact law enforcement immediately. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, of course, turned out to be a hot one outside for us today as we rolled right into the 90s for afternoon highs. Still some hit and miss little storms, but most of us are going to stay dry as we go through the evening hours. But again, there could be 1 or 2 little storms. The main story is actually going to be the heat. You can see these couple little guys near Yates Center. Mainly the heat as we go through the next few days. Look at our temps. Slide back through the 90s, 80s, eventually only into the mid 70s. But look at our temps. 94 tomorrow, 94 on Sunday. Heat index above 100 degrees. So we are in extreme heat warning in effect for the next several days. It is going to be a little bit on the breezy side. 92 in Joplin, 91 in Pittsburgh. Of course, we're going to look at that heat all coming up here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, President Trump is ordering a new disclosure of information related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. This comes as pressure mounts for full disclosure from the government. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
I call it the Epstein hoax.
As pressure builds for the Trump administration to disclose more information related to the Jeffrey Epstein case, President Trump has ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to release pertinent grand jury records, which Bondi says she will request. The president also pushed back on a Wall Street Journal report alleging Trump wrote a birthday note to Epstein in 2003 that included a hand-drawn sketch appearing to show the outline of a nude woman. The Journal reports the letter ends saying, "Happy birthday and may every day be another wonderful secret." Trump called the letter fake, writing on social media, "These are not my words, not the way I talk," and he's threatening to sue the paper and its owner, Rupert Murdoch. The move follows weeks of scrutiny, much of it coming from the president's own supporters.
The sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
Stephen Taylor, a Trump supporter from Western Pennsylvania, says the president's base is demanding what the president promised.
We put you in office. You ran on this platform. You offered it. We didn't ask for it, and now we want it. We demand it. You know what I mean? People need. There needs to be accountability. There needs to be justice.
Republicans on Capitol Hill are pushing for more transparency from the Trump administration on the Epstein files, advancing a resolution out of a House committee calling for the Justice Department to release more information about the case.
Every single one of the Republicans on the Rules Committee are for transparency and for releasing the files, just as the President of the United States is, and they wanted that to make crystal clear.
We obviously want the files released. We want every name that's on there to be held accountable.
Democrats voted against the resolution because it's non-binding. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A federal judge will still have to approve any release of grand jury material, and it could take time to review the material to ensure Epstein's victims are protected. Well, newly released body cam footage shows the heroic actions of police in Massachusetts saving residents of an assisted living home during a deadly fire. Officers and 2 sergeants of the Fall River Police Department smashed through doors to reach the elderly and disabled residents of the Gabriel house. They carried residents down 3 flights of stairs and battled heavy smoke as they went back in to look for others. The fire chief called this the worst fire in the past 40 years in Massachusetts and praised the officers' efforts.
And I credit those police officers. I spoke to them the night of the fire and said that was absolutely amazing what I watched them do. That's not their job. That's not their comfort zone. So for them to be able to recognize that, to go in, to take the smoke that they did and to save people, that was absolutely amazing.
9 people died from the fire, including 66-year-old Brenda Cropper. Her family wants the owner of the building to apologize and take responsibility. Investigators are looking into a number of issues, including the possibility that the fire was caused by smoking near an oxygen tank. They're also checking the sprinkler system, which may have not been working properly. Still ahead, exercise and personality.
How your personality could pave the way to a better workout. I'm Tina Kraus with why researchers say finding the right fit could make all the difference.
But first, in Health Watch, West Nile virus cases are rising across the country and half are severe. Are you protected? What you need to know.
For promotional details.
Topping today's Health Watch, concerns grow about the rise in West Nile virus cases across the country. So far this year, 50 cases of the mosquito-borne disease have been reported in at least 16 states. About half are described as severe. Even though it is a common disease, a new CDC study finds only 1 in 4 providers can correctly diagnose the virus.
The key here is to use mosquito repellents with DEET or Picaridin. It's the same kind of advice we give you really for any mosquito-borne illness, for ticks. It's not really any different. And I think the key here is to be aware that there's even West Nile in your areas.
Common symptoms of West Nile include fever, headache, body aches, and vomiting. In a small percentage of cases, symptoms can be severe, affecting the nervous system and leading to encephalitis or meningitis. But in general, cases are mild and clear up in a few days to a week. When it comes to fitness, how you move may depend on who you are. New research reveals your personality could predict your perfect workout. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story.
It turns out mindset might matter more than muscles when it comes to sticking with a workout.
There's a pattern here that we're seeing with extroverts being really attracted to high-intensity sessions.
Dr. Flaminia Ronca with University College London says personality plays a powerful role in how and whether we exercise.
The way our brain is wired determines how we behave.
She and her team put more than 100 volunteers through the paces at their lab, tracking how personality affected their approach to fitness, looking at 5 traits, including extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness.
People who are quite conscientious had a very well-rounded fitness. They don't skip leg day. You know, they do everything that they're supposed to do because they know they have to do it. Whereas the extroverts were incredibly fit on the endurance side, but they didn't score that well on strength because they just did what they enjoyed. They're drawn to what stimulates them.
Because I'm an extrovert, I like to test myself.
So your sunshine. Neil Turner took part in the study and says understanding his own personality has changed how he trains.
I'm never going to be the fastest up a mountain, and I'm definitely not going to be the prettiest, but I can achieve my own personal goals.
Dr. Ronca says it's important to note personality traits can overlap.
So I could be very neurotic but also very conscientious, and so I'm more likely to engage in exercise because I know it's good for me, and so I'm going to make sure I keep doing it.
A reminder that fitness is a personal path, and tapping into your personality could help chart a course that sticks. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Researchers found people who scored highly in neuroticism had a significant reduction in stress after working out. Well, many people are wary about their doctors using AI. A study published in JAMA showed patients' ads for doctors, including some ads that mention the doctors use AI. And patients saw the doctors who use AI as less competent, less trustworthy, and less empathetic. The study says doctors need to communicate with patients about how and why they use artificial intelligence. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, Erie's Old Soldiers and Sailors reunion heats up tonight with a free bean feed. We take you there.
And our temperatures heat up this weekend. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a hot one outside today. Temperatures creeping up over the past couple days. Pretty good rainfall amounts, at least through the week with our scattered showers and thunderstorms. Still a few guys out there as well as we go through the evening hours. Most of us are going to stay dry, but you can see there's a little cluster out to our west near Wichita. In fact, let's zoom in just a little bit. Hit and miss little guys, one just south of Yates Center. These really can't track them. They kind of flare up and then they're gone as they race off toward the east. Through the evening hours, it's hot, it's humid, it's sticky, and it's going to stay that way as we go through the next couple days. Sliding back through the 80s into the 70s later on tonight. Let me take you through time. We're going to walk you right on through your weekend. We're going to stop this Saturday morning. Again, our western counties, you may get a few flare-up little showers later on tonight, just kind of like what we're seeing right now. 75 in Yates Center to start, Miami, 73 in Cassville, 75 in Stockton. Let's go through the morning hours. Here's the noon hour. Look at our temps already by noon, sitting right around 90 degrees. Let's go into the afternoon. Most of us 93, 94, 95 degrees. Not the heat index. This is the actual temperature. So it gets hot, but we should be dry. So if you're heading, if you're going to the creeks or if you're heading to the lakes, it looks good. Thunderstorms tomorrow night, mainly kind of hovering that I-70 corridor up toward the Kansas City metro area. We look fine. So we start mid-70s on Sunday. Then here we go again, right back into the mid-90s by the time Sunday afternoon rolls around. And then we drop back into the mid to upper 70s once again to kick off Monday morning. But look at this, Pair 94, Saturday, Sunday, sunny, heat index about 100 to about 107. So that puts us at that criteria to get extreme heat warnings, which we are in for the next several days. Looks pretty good right now. Great shot to Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Look at our temps. Stockton, 88, 92 at Grand Lake. We have 91 in Parsons, and our humidity is just gross. Dew point sitting 70 to about 75. That puts us in that muggy to soupy range, and that's where we're going to sit as we go through the next several days. So our heat index right now feels like 107 in Pittsburgh, 105 in Commerce, 101 Independence, 100 in Anderson, 97 in Stockton. Let's look at those heat indices as we go through the weekend. Here's what it's going to feel like tomorrow, 100 to about 105. Let's do it again on Sunday. Heat index 100 to about 105 degrees. A little bit of a breeze though. Have a southerly wind, so we're going to have south winds gusting kind of 20 to about 25 miles per hour. But here's the problem. We have this dome high pressure to our south, and it moves in. It kicks all the rain to our north, but as long as it sits on us pretty much all next week, we get the heat and we get the wonderful humidity across the region. 94 Saturday, 94 on Sunday, 95 on Monday, 95 Tuesday, 96 Wednesday, 96 Thursday, 97. We haven't hit 100 yet. We haven't even really made it past 93 or 4 degrees. So this is going to be a hot stretch moving in over the next 10 days.
Ooh, just be prepared for it.
Yep.
Drink lots of water,
Yeah.
wear protection, and
There you go.
be safe.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, the 152nd Old Soldiers and Sailors reunion is in full swing. You're looking at a live image from downtown Erie, Kansas, where the final preps are wrapping up for the 6 p.m. free bean feed. And that's when volunteers will serve up a whopping 1,200 pounds of Navy beans to hungry reunion goers. Later tonight, the 80s tribute band Paramount will be rocking the stage, followed by fireworks. The fun continues tomorrow. You can find all the details on our website at KOAMNewsNow.com. Up next, commercials at the movies.
If you're hitting the movies, you might see something new on the screen. I'm Jared Hill with why movie theaters are adding even more commercials.
Pittsburgh Today.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, if you've headed to the movie theater this month, you may have noticed something a little different right before the feature. AMC just joined two of its biggest competitors in adding even more advertisements on the big screen. It's the latest play by struggling movie theater chains working to regain their financial footing after pandemic closures and Hollywood strikes. CBS's Jared Hill explains.
At a theater near you,
Eyes up here.
something new is soaring onto the silver screen. Commercials.
Oh no!
This July, AMC became the latest movie theater chain to introduce ads right before the main attraction.
It's a way for them to bring in revenue without inflicting a higher ticket price on consumers.
Rebecca Rubin, a senior film reporter for Variety, says business is tough across the movie theater industry. This winter, AMC reported its worst quarter since 1996, not counting COVID closures. When competitors Regal and Cinemark added commercials in premium spots back in 2019, AMC resisted. But fast forward to 2025,
I need you to trust me.
the nation's largest movie theater chain reportedly acknowledged commercials have not had a direct impact on attendance at the other chains. But with reserved seating and AMC now officially telling moviegoers the film won't start for 25 to 30 minutes after the listed showtime, what's the benefit to advertisers?
Premium or a platinum placement puts it closer to the movie's start time, and so there's more of a chance of those auditorium seats being filled and people actually having their eyeballs on these spots.
Movie theaters are deploying a variety of strategies to get people back in the multiplex, whether that's expanded food options, discount days, or exclusive and expensive popcorn buckets.
We're here to save everything.
While movie box office revenue is improving, data from media analysts The Numbers show last year theaters sold about 40% fewer tickets than in 2019.
Because everything now you can just rent on TV.
We kind of more prefer the movie night in at home in the comfort of your own couch.
Still drawing crowds? IMAX.
Having a premium, huge screen makes you feel like you're in the movie. That is something that people have been willing to spend more money on.
Go big or stay home. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Analysts say the movie industry is still working to get back to the regular clip of releasing movies, and they still haven't returned to pre-COVID production levels, part of why some believe interest and attendance is down. Well, fans of Love Island USA and the Premier League will soon have to pay more in order to tune in. Peacock is raising prices by $3 for subscribers starting next week. The Peacock Premium package will go to $10.99 per month, and the Premium Plus level will be $16.99. The company is also testing a new select tier for $7.99 a month, which is expected to include some current NBC and Bravo seasons, along with some other titles. The Miami Public Library is experiencing a boom in the number of people walking through their doors. They've even surpassed the amount of patrons before COVID. One way the library tracks the number of people coming in is through door sensors, and another is by measuring heat signatures.
Risk of closure, I don't think at any point, but it definitely was whether or not our budget should be cut more than what it already was, because our numbers weren't great, so it's not like we were helping that many people, and whether or not the numbers should go down for our funding.
Well, coming up tonight on KOAM News at 6, we speak with the adult librarian about what the library did to increase patron visits. Final check of the forecast is next.
State hero.
Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman goes on the road with the Marine veteran whose search for a PTSD treatment comes full circle. And then on KOAM News at 6, Carthage celebrates a major business expansion with a cutting-edge new freezer and ribbon cutting. Plus, heat waves can be dangerous for both people and pets. Are your furry friends safe? And we check in where the Royals and Cardinals stand following the All-Star break. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. Quick check of the forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be hot as we go through the weekend. Temperatures, they're going to be all the way up into the mid-90s, 94 tomorrow, 94 on Sunday, mid-90s, even upper 90s as we go through next week. But the heat index well above 100 over the next few days.
Prepare for that heat. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and we'll be back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.